The infamous NFT business HitPiece has been making rounds on social media because of its sudden relaunching. The platform achieved sudden online hate as artists like Jack Antonoff, Eve 6, and Deerhoof accused it of selling their music without permission. Stay tuned to find out all the juicy questions we need answered about the infamous HitPiece. Why was HitPiece canceled in the first place? Why were music NFTs introduced? First up, what is HitPiece NFTs? HitPiece was co-founded by Rory Felton, a tech entrepreneur who also has a background in music, having helped form the indie label The Militia Group in the late 90s. According to LinkedIn, the Utah-based venture capitalist Blake Motorsitsky and Mitchell Barron, better known as MC Search from the 1990s hip-hop group Third Base, are also members of the core team of HitPiece. Rolling Stone's request for comments from all three did not immediately receive a response. Since HitPiece is so new, there isn't much information available about it. The website's previous FAQ page is preserved for posterity on archive.org, along with an interview Felton conducted with Business Builders, Boise edition, earlier this year. Felton stated in an interview that the beta version of HitPiece was developed over the course of the previous 18 months. The business had recently secured $5 million in funding, and their goal was to provide unique NFTs for every song in the world. But the key question at the center of this debacle was, what exactly was HitPiece trying to sell? HitPiece's claimed artists would be paid whenever their work is sold on the platform. Artists get royalties from not only the initial auction, but also every time the NFT is traded, Felton told Business Builders. But some artists are skeptical of that claim. Despite the claims about paying artists, it was unclear how HitPiece even planned to get money into the pockets of musicians. Next up, why did HitPiece NFTs get canceled? HitPiece has been exposed by a number of artists and record labels for selling song NFTs without the artist's knowledge or consent. Since being taken offline, HitPiece's website has only one screen with the message, "We started the conversation and we're listening." But some creatives are no longer interested in talking. It quickly became clear that in their operations, HitPiece was blatantly ignoring copyright laws. It's not just the artists themselves coming after HitPiece. HitPiece must be permanently discontinued, according to a letter posted by the Recording Industry Association of America, or the RIAA. HitPiece, according to Chief Legal Officer Ken Doroshow, appears to be little more than a scam operation designed to capitalize on fans' love of music and desire to be closer to artists, using buzzwords and jargon to gloss over their utter failure to obtain necessary rights. Given how fans were misled and defrauded by these unauthorized NFTs and the massive risk to both fans and artists posed by HitPiece and potential copycats, it was clear we had to move immediately and urgently to stand up for fairness and honesty in the market. The RIAA chairman and CEO Mitch Glazer comments, "Yeah, you thought it was dead, but HitPiece is back." The music NFT platform sparked controversy earlier this year when it unveiled its plan to allow music fans to buy non-fungible tokens linked to a plethora of artists and songs, something none of those artists or their labels seem to be aware of. Nevertheless, the Recording Industry Association of America still fired off a cease and desist letter demanding information about all of the outfit's activities and revenues to date. It said that the company had been engaged in the systematic and flagrant infringement of the intellectual property rights of the record companies and their recording artists on a massive scale. Now the HitPiece platform is relaunched, promising to be the easiest place to create and buy authentic music artist NFTs. And all of those previous issues have now been overcome, it reckons. HitPiece's past missteps haven't been an issue for the 50 or so artists they've partnered with for their relaunch. In order to properly license artists' work before minting any NFTs linked to them, the company is now working to engage with them. According to its website, the company is already working with 10 artists including Lil Gotit, ATL Jacob, Fuse 808, and Matt Ox. The updated website promises early adopters who sign up to the revised HitPiece service their very own music lounge, where you'll be able to share your NFTs in an immersive listening room. And now, what are music NFTs? NFTs are not just cat GIFs and JPEGs of cartoon apes. They can also denote immutable ownership of music clips. There are many other applicable categories, even though non-fungible tokens, or NFTs, are frequently associated with digital images that are sold as blockchain-based assets. Music NFTs are one rapidly expanding ecosystem in the NFT sector. NFTs for music may initially seem like the blockchain equivalent of purchasing tracks from iTunes. On the other hand, all you actually purchase when you buy a song from iTunes is the right to listen to it. On iTunes, you only have a license to listen to the content you just paid for. There is no asset ownership. In contrast, music NFTs NFTs give ownership over the file through an NFT while still allowing anyone to listen to the tracks. Music NFTs might appear counterintuitive. Why buy the music you can already listen to? The reply to that question is the same as purchasing JPEGs anyone can right-click and save. Markets or individuals find value in ownership of provably unusual and authentic investments. Music NFTs can generate lucrative revenue for some artists. Bajan rapper Halik Mal made $226,800 in music NFT sales on Catalog. Next up, why was the concept of music NFTs started? NFTs can be traced back to 2012 when Minnie Rosenfeld published a paper in which he referred to the NFT technology as colored coins. Originally, these were planned to be printed on the Bitcoin blockchain. The class of techniques for representing and managing real-world assets on Bitcoin were then promoted using colored coins. Since music NFT is a specific type of musical art that cannot be imitated or interchanged, music NFTs can convert the music sector in several ways. NFTs can help musicians in the music industry in many ways. For one, they enable musicians to directly sell their music to fans and retain a greater revenue share. Since each NFT is unique, it would be difficult for people to illegally copy and distribute album art. Finally, music NFTs facilitate the development of a closer relationship between token holders and artists. Fans can support their favorite musicians directly by buying their music NFTs as opposed to going through an intermediary like a record label or streaming service. This fosters a close, direct relationship between musicians and their fans, resulting in a thriving, encouraging music scene. Overall, music NFTs have the potential to transform the music industry for the better for both artists and listeners, increasing artist earnings, lowering piracy, and fostering a close and supportive relationship between artists and fans. Next up, how would music NFTs influence the music industry? Music NFTs can change the music industry in several ways because they are a unique form of musical art that cannot be duplicated or swapped. They can assist artists in better monetizing their creations. To start, music NFTs allow musicians to sell their music directly to fans and keep a larger revenue share, in contrast to traditional music streaming services that typically pay artists a very small percentage of the total revenue generated. Many struggling musicians can benefit from an income boost from audio NFTs. Further, music NFTs can help lessen piracy. Since each NFT is unique and cannot be replicated, it would be tough for people to illegally replicate and distribute album art. This benefit is essential for the music industry, which has been struggling to fight piracy for many years. Finally, music NFTs facilitate the development of a closer relationship between token holders and artists. Fans can support their favorite musicians directly by buying their music NFTs as opposed to going through an intermediary like a record label or streaming service. This fosters a close, direct relationship between musicians and their fans, resulting in a thriving, encouraging music scene. Finally, what is the future of music and NFTs? NFTs entered the market in 2021 for $40 billion, but their potential hasn't even been fully realized yet. If 2021 was the year of digital collectibles and collections of generative art, 2022 is expected to be the year that music-based NFTs make a significant breakthrough. Imagine a virtual jam session between Taylor Swift and the Beatles, or BTS and Justin Bieber in a private, immersive rehearsal space activated by specific smart contracts that ensure rights management and fractional payment to rights holders. In the future, NFTs can provide access to such experiences, though leaders in the music industry will need to transition their fan bases into the web digital economy before we get to that point. In our opinion at Curio, there are as many approaches to achieving this objective as there are to musical genres to jam to. While the HitPiece situation is certainly not the first controversy regarding NFTs in the music industry, it has done significant damage to artists and users alike. NFTs have the potential to positively transform the music industry for both creators and listeners. What do you think about the music NFTs? What artists do you want to join the trend? Make sure to let us know your thoughts down below, and thanks for watching.